Hey guys, my name is Joe.
And I'm Kristen.
And we would like to welcome you to the very first episode, call it the debut of Sailing SV Freedom. So I think the natural first question for us is, why Sailing Vessel Freedom? Why that name? And there's really two important parts, I think, to that, right?
Yeah, I think the most, well, I shouldn't say the most important part, but the first part of it is really the fact that we're really very patriotic people. I think we've probably both independently have always been patriotic people, but then when Joe decided, like 13 years ago, to join the Air Force, it kind of reignited that for us, for sure. Joe's been in the Air Force now 12 plus years, and it's just an incredible community to be a part of that, you know, less than 1% of Americans are a part of. So that was the first thought of freedom for the name.
It was like my patriotic duty, you know, like we all bleed red, white, and blue, and I wanted to do it before the age cut off at 40, so I did it, and it's been great. The second half to why we are calling Boat Freedom and the channel Sailing SV Freedom is because for the past couple of years, I know for me, I've kind of been thinking about, all right, now what is the future going to bring?
Right.
You know, I hit 50 and it was like a switch went off and I was like, all right, our kids are now in their 20s. They're kind of forging their own future.
Yes, yes.
We have
empty nesters.
We have a newfound freedom.
Yeah.
And we decided, hey, you know what? Let's buy a sailboat. Let's enjoy some freedom. Let's just go where the wind takes us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We've never sailed before.
No, we've always been power boaters.
Never even stepped foot on a sailboat.
No, no. I think that we have experience as boaters. You know, that doesn't make it as scary. It makes it a little exciting,
challenging,
different. You know, new, adventurous
Yep.
type stuff. But I think also is that, you know, what Joe was talking about, like being in the next phase of life. You know, it is an adjustment. Like, I remember I was just saying this to him last night. Like, forever, your kids are little and you're doing the sports and you're carpooling and you got, you know, projects and all that. And then they grow up and they leave. And then it's like, it's a little, it's bittersweet for sure. It's definitely another phase of life. And it is a little hard to get used to at first. But Joe's right. Like, you start thinking about, what now? What are we going to do next?
And we want to do it while we're still young.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to be 52 this year, and I've decided to leave the military, so it's part of the freedom also. You know, the military has given me a lot. I've given the military a lot. We know that we've sacrificed a ton with it.
Right.
But now, for my second stage of life, is like, okay, what am I going to do? What's my freedom going to look like? Kristen's been teaching for 28 years, and she's got 5 years left till retirement. And we're like, all right, well, that's going to come super quick, and then we'll be 55. What can we still do and enjoy the second part of life? You know, I'm not a boat expert by any means, but you're going to see I'm going to tackle all sorts of projects in this, and maybe I could teach you. Maybe I could figure something out, and maybe somebody else looks at it and is like, hey, you know what? I didn't think of that, you know?
Yeah.
And then I can also, you know what, maybe you're 50. Maybe you're looking at this and being like, you know what? I've been thinking about doing something like that. Or we're starting to think about that too. You know, I think it's normal, right? It's normal. Like, what the heck next? Because the other scary thing is, I lost my mom at 52. And I'm going to be 52 this year.
Yeah.
So we don't know. I just had a surgery. We've had health scares. Kristen's going through something. So it's like, you know what? Let's do it now while we can.
Right. And I'm going to be a first mate. I will be a right-hand man. Also, I'm looking at this as I'd like to relax.
Yeah. So.
Right. But people who I find inspiring are people who were in that phase of life that we were talking about a few minutes ago, that have young kids but have put them on a catamaran and are sailing around the world and showing them incredible things. Joe and I recently, this summer and then last summer, went on 2 big trips because we try to balance his needs and wants with my needs and wants and try to mesh them together as much as we can. And we'll take you along those journeys too. But I think sailing to places that are new to us is really exciting. Not using so much gas, which was a killer with power boating.
And more of the journey getting there, right? Like we came out of a 40-foot power boat with twin 8.1 big block engines. And we would burn like 60 gallons an hour and just going.
Ridiculous, yeah.
We just cruised 27 nautical miles. We motored. We didn't sail yet. We motored 27 nautical miles, and it took us like 7 hours.
7 hours later.
And I think we averaged about 5.5 knots just on the motor, and it was wonderful.
But it wasn't until like hour 4 that we realized we could use the autopilot.
Yeah, that was
so
brilliant.
Like the first 4 hours were dopey, using the wheel or whatever. And then Joe's all of a sudden, Joe's like, I think I could plug this in or whatever. And then we're like,
I'm just hitting buttons. And
oh my God, it was a game
great.
changer.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
great.
could do that through the night.
I can. We will. Our life is very hectic. We are always on the run. We do take time now to slow down and smell the roses, which is fantastic. But oftentimes we don't pre-plan well enough, so it's kind of on the spur. Like this morning we went to church and we're like, hey, you want to go to the boat? Yeah, let's go to the sailboat for a few hours.
Right.
We're right here in town.
Right. That's a good spur of the moment thing.
That's a great spur.
We're not always.
Thing,
We're sometimes the ADHD type.
Rather than procrastinating more and trying to come up with the perfect this and this and the time sequence and everything, we're just going to roll it out now. So this is our first episode. I don't even know what we're going to put out here next, but we're going to bounce back and forth to boats that we've looked at. Just left looking at the J30, and I'm confused because I'm getting high moisture readings with the moisture meter. Same as everything else. Piece of shit. Just left looking at the Ericsson, and let me tell you, disappointed again.
Yeah.
We're going to go back to when we went to Ireland. It was one of our trips. We got great footage for that. We're going to go back to Canada when we watched our son plays college lacrosse. He went to play box lacrosse there. So we went to Canada. We went to Italy together. So we're going to mix that stuff in. Yeah. So you'll see some footage that might be 2 or 3 years old. That's what we're going to do. We're going to throw it all together. We're going to bring you some really good content. Please comment. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I don't know if that's the right sequence or the right asks for YouTube.
We've seen it plenty of time on other people's, but we can't remember it ourselves.
But please just do that stuff to follow us, to help us grow our channel. Our goal is to sail from Long Island, New York, which was where we are, down to Florida. Might even be as early as December. We don't know. We've never sailed before, so who knows? But our goal is to get down there and then go to island hopping. Please comment. We want this to really be an interactive forum for you guys. Good, bad, and different. Comment as much as you can because we promise we will read all of them and we'll get back to you
Questions, we'll answer them.
Well, I think what we're going to do is just get into it now. So again, welcome to Sailing SV Freedom. We've got great footage we're putting together now. Follow along. It's going to be fun. All right? Thanks for tuning in. Bye.